Saddleback leather, large classic briefcase, in tobacco brown, 22-month update. Here it is in natural lighting. I am going to condition this bag with this stuff. It is called Leather CPR. It came with our couch. I have no idea how it's going to do, but it says that it can do stuff. So you can pause it if you want to see what it says it can do. I will be just conditioning it. Looks like you can soften it too, which would make sense on my wife's chestnut bag. Anyway, so I will be wiping it down just to clean it real quick because it's kind of dirty because it's been on a lot of dirty places. So I'm gonna wipe it down with a rag real fast, and I'm gonna empty it because it's really heavy, and then we're going to condition it, and also you'll be able to see how it looks after 22 months. All right, so I have emptied my bag. This is all the stuff that is in it. That much. It's empty now. Let's look at it while it's empty, just because it's rarely empty. You've seen the pigskin in the outside video. Looks like, so getting some serious wrinkles down there on the bottom. Also, one thing, I used to keep the laptop in the back, but this thing down at the bottom, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe not. So there's kind of this ridge down here. See how it kind of bumps out and then goes underneath? Maybe you can't see it. Anyway, it like bubbles out right there. So I think it was kind of starting to warp my laptop. So you can see the laptop is a little bit warped. It has kind of like a bend. Kind of a bend in it, like there's a dent here in the middle. Not a big deal. See, like that. Anyway, so that happened because I was keeping it right here, right on there. And then I would have a bunch of folders here. And so my hip goes right there. So I thought it was good, but apparently it started kind of bending it. And then this leather piece here started bowing. There you go, you can see it with the shadows down there. So it started bowing right there, and I didn't think that made a lot of sense. So now I actually store it in the front. So I have the charger underneath these pockets, which is a perfect spot for it. Also, you can see the wear, the scratches. And then I had a charger, notebook, and the laptop was in the front with the monitor side this way, because when it's being carried, it's relatively flat. Like, it's a little bit dented right there, but not nearly as much as the hip pushing it on the back. So anyway, I've moved it to the front now, and I'm liking my results that way. So let's look at the squishiness of the bag. So this is after 22 months of extremely regular usage. Very, very squishy. Very flappy. I am officially declaring this bag worn in. All parts of it are soft now. The straps are really soft. The pads are soft. The straps are soft. It's squishy. So like if I just grab it up here on top, it squishes down. It's soft. The color, the patina looks good. But with that, I'm noticing some things. There's this, it's kind of like a separation of the leather. It looks like wrinkles, but it's separating, and the place you can tell the most is right here. This will be the first place to rip, guaranteed. So, on this bag. Right here, I don't know if you can see that. See how, like, frayed it is? And then you can see it has like these veiny, like, there you go. Yeah, that's a good shot of it. Okay, so it has like these wrinkles, and this part's the scary part. With my hands, I can actually peel this apart, and if I were to just push on it, it would split this leather and it would separate from itself. Also, right here where it's all reinforced, if you feel with your hand right there, you can feel that it's actually kind of coming undone. So I'm not too worried about it, and I wouldn't send it back to Saddleback as a warranty issue just for that. But if something down the road happens, then I'll maybe ask them to fix that at the same time. So for whatever reason, this pocket is like kind of separating. You can see that it has like these weird like baggy wrinkle things. And then just to contrast, I'll show you the other side. So the other side's like solid, super together. It's holding together, and it just has this like smooth texture. Yeah, so that's one issue that I see developing. Not a big deal. I still put the water bottle in there or the other side like every day, and it's totally doing just fine. So I got a stowaway on my bag today. I got this little guy. I have no idea where it came from. I went to a handful of places today, so it could have come from any of them. It's a little magnet, so that's neat. Bonus stowaway, I guess, so that'll be going on the fridge forthwith. Okay, let's do a quick just look at how it looks right now before being conditioned. So it has been, let's see, I conditioned it at 8 months before, I believe, and we're at 22 months of ownership, so you can do the math, because college is over. I'm not going to do it. So that's how it looks. The super shiny part on the back, it was getting really worn in, but that's the part where they resealed, is what they call it, which means that they put something on it so that the color doesn't come off. And actually, it still does come off when you rub it with the cloth. So we are going to get a wet rag and just wipe off the dirt, because I know there's a lot of dirt. I've been setting it down in the dirt lately because there's been nowhere else to set it. So we're gonna wipe it down real quick. Going. All right, so we're just gonna wipe down the bag real fast just because it's been in a lot of dirty places. I don't think it's super dirty. Also, I'm not going crazy. I'm not gonna use any soap or anything. Yeah, so we're just gonna do a real quick wipe down, just to get the dirt, because I know there's some on there. So front page, front side. You gonna help me? Here, help. Here, help. Look, you're helping. Oh, look, you're so helpful. Oh, okay. Okay, just wiping it down. There we go. Wiping it down. This is the part that gets put on the dirt or gravel or cement or other dirty places. Give that a wipe down. Wipe down the sides. Real quick, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Just wipe it down. I'm not even gonna, well, I'll go down there, whatever. Wipe the straps. Almost done. Are you gonna help me or what, man? Here, hold this. Nope, alright. Cheap labor. It's not cheap, because they won't work. Alright. I don't know if I missed any places. Did I miss any places? That. There you go, you can play that. Okay, got some splashes on there. It's looking, it's good. We're good. That's good. Okay, you can pause it. Good? Okay, just do the inside real quick, because why not? Why not? I hardly ever do it. This is just a wet rag. Just because sometimes I go places that are really dusty. Let's see. Getting a little bit of the color, mostly dirt coming off. Alright. That looks sufficient. So now we're going to condition it. Okay, this is my first use ever of leather CPR. We're just going to give it a whirl. I figure I live in a dry climate. I'm going to have to do this anyway. So, well, what does it say? It says, do not use a cloth. Make sure and use a sponge. Apply liberally using a clean... Alright, it doesn't say what to put on the sponge or on the thing. So I'm going to put on the sponge. This ugly, dirty sponge. And I'm going to just test a little spot. So a little smudge, a little spot. Kind of wipe it around. How does it look? Looks fine. Feels good. Let's smell it. Doesn't really have a scent. We're not going to taste this one because it also... One reason it doesn't smell like cherries, like Chamberlain's leather milk does. But another reason is I don't know these people. I don't know these people. There we go. Just wipe it in right there. See how that looks. A little bit greasy, but they said that would be that way. Looks like it's going to darken it a little bit. You get the rag to see if any color coming off just immediately. Yeah, but some of that's probably dirt. So we'll give it a whirl. We'll do a light layer on the whole bag. It's getting pretty dang dry. So I decided I'm not going to totally take it apart this time because you can kind of wipe one part and then slide it and wipe the other part. So I'm not going to get too crazy with it this time. Here you go, bud. Okay, so let's go. Oh, thank you. Kind of brings out that orangey look. It's like some of the dirt is showing through. Just kind of get the pad on the top. This is just going to be a really light condition. Where are you trying to help me now? Yeah. What are you doing, bud? Ah, there we go. You are being so helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your help. You're just wonderful. Okay. Yeah, this is just going to be really light. Nothing crazy. I'm not going to stress about getting a perfect layer on every part of it. It's just getting like super dry. Also, I was really eager to test out this product, so... Oh. You just trying to help me, bud. Hey, hey. Here, you try that. Let's go. Let's get the other pad. Quick wipe down. Top of the pad. Top of the pad. Then we'll go belt. Move that a little bit. Here, you be my table. Thanks, bud. You're okay. You can pause it if you need to. Alright, got the belt done. This is how it looks in the preliminary stages. Just a little darker, as is normal with any kind of conditioning. This is super smooth and shiny feeling. And yeah, just looking a little bit darker, a little softer, but overall looking conditioned. It was very, very thirsty. Okay, I'm just gonna do this front side real quick, maybe dab a few dots here and there. That, and then just go spread it around. Alright, here we go. The reason I'm using this conditioner is because, one, my Chamberlain's is totally in a storage unit, but two, last time it kind of made the color bleed a little bit, and so that wasn't super cool. So yeah, I'm going to put the camera down, I'm just going to even this out a little bit better, and then we're going to go to the other side. Yeah, you're here to help me, huh, bud? Get some more on there, it's a little on the light side. Thank you, buddy. You're being so helpful. Yeah, you're being super helpful. Alright, so we got a good layer on here. Let's do another side. Chamberlain's, when I told them about the color rub off, they actually sent me a 25% off coupon for more of their product, which I haven't used yet. We'll see, because I have this stuff I wanted to try. And I kind of wanted to just use the whole bottle of the thing I bought. Because it was made for this, so I'm probably just going to use it anyway, even though it does the color bleed thing. Anyway, so far this leather CPR is darkening the leather quite a bit. You can see on the front where I've done, and then on the back I haven't done yet. The front's kind of getting a rich dark brown, and the back still has kind of that yellowy orange. Part of that is how the camera picks up the artificial light, but you can already see it's kind of almost restoring it to what it looked like when it was new. But then if you look really close, you still have those scars and scratches and the grain and everything. Yeah, it's looking good so far, and I like how it feels. It's just super smooth. Anyway, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to buff it out after. So I'm going to keep giving it a quasi-even coat, and then I'm going to buff it out with the other end of the sponge and see how it goes. Okay, it's been a good few minutes now, and this bottom part where I did the color fastness test, it actually looks identical to the rest of the bag. So it looks like, as far as color goes, that this leather CPR is not going to have any effect. So that's great. That's what I want. I just want it to be conditioned. So we're going to keep going. So how this back part looks. Get some of the goo on there. Yeah, you gonna help me, bud? Here's a real good side view. Put some on there. There's the before. That's how it looks on that side after it's done. So it's still wet, so right now it looks super dark, and then we'll see how it looks when it dries. Here's the other side before. Leather separating right here. This is on the other side than the baggy side. So it's separating, but nothing's really wrong with it. Like all the stitching's intact, it's just separating. And there's the after. This side being done. Next up we need to condition the bottom, and then the belts, and then the few parts inside that we condition. So here's how the bottom looks before. Here's how it looks after. You can see a lot of it's darker for the time being. Alright, belts and the outside are done. Now we're going to go to the inside. So, real quick overview here. Go, it's looking great. Bottom, it's definitely pretty generous on these belts because they take a lot of abuse. Let's go inside. Alright, here it is before. On the inside you can see a lot of the scratches. So we'll give it a rub down and we'll show it after. Alright, so here's how it looks after it's been completely done. I'm just gonna look over it real quick, see how it looks. It's looking alright. Darkened it up a little bit, but I'm sure when it dries it'll adjust. There we go. So I think what I might do now is I'm just going to go over it really slow. If there's any places that are really dry, I'm going to give them a touch up. If there's any places I wanted to be softer, I actually went a little heavier. So like on this handle, I just went a little bit heavier, and then on these pockets on the inside went a little bit heavier. Because one of my... So I've never done the squishy break-in on this bag before, except for on the pads and on these guys here. So I've just, because I think there's no reason for these pockets to be all stiff here, so I'm just giving them the old-fashioned break-in. And so I put a little more juice on these parts, because that's what the instructions say, is to put more juice if you want it to be softer. So I'm just going to go over it real quick, do some quality control, and then put it back together, and we'll look at it after it's dry and see how it goes. Also, after I go through it and just do some quality control, I'm going to use the other end and just kind of buff it out, just to get any excess goobers off of it. Okay, here it is after it's been all put back together. You can see looks a lot darker. Of course, when it dries, it'll look different, but yeah, most of the scratches are kind of hidden at the moment. I'm sure they'll come right back through as soon as it dries. Anyway, I really like it. It has a really good feel to it. It's like extremely slippery feel, but it just has a really good, like, it's been conditioned feel. And so far, there's this is the sponge I used, and none of the color came off. If you watch my 8 months Chamberlain video, tons of the color came off, so I'm happy with this crap. Yeah, so that concludes the conditioning. So I'm really happy with it. Looks great. If you can kind of compare it to the beginning of the video, looks pretty dang good. All right, we'll stop it there, see if I have any more comments for the... Oh my gosh. Hey bud, do you have a concussion now? Oh! Okay. Alright. Okay, well, we're gonna stop it here and see if I have any more comments to make about this bag at 22 months. Here it is. Here it is after being conditioned with leather CPR. It instead of Chamberlain's this time. I figure I'll switch it up just to see how it goes. Plus we had a whole bottle in the closet, and Chamberlain's made the color come off, and they gave me a 25% coupon, which I would rather have had like a free sample. I would have definitely used it, but I didn't feel like buying a whole new bottle when I already had a bottle. So yeah, here it is. It's doing great. Recently I put it in backpack mode and was up on a big building that was under construction, doing some stuff up there. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see updates, and let me know if you have any questions.